Hi parents, it's Betsy from Easy Peasy, and I am going to share with you one of my favorite things because it has literally saved me so much stress and so much time, and that is my toy rotation. It's been the best thing I did for myself in the last 12 months. I wish I would have done it sooner. The longer I have been doing it, the more I advocate for it because it has just been a lifesaver. It's been good for my kids and it's been good for me. So I seriously want to recommend doing a toy rotation. If you're watching this video, you probably have already thought about it, or maybe you already have a toy rotation. So comment, let me know what works for you. The first thing is that if you're looking at toy rotation, you're looking at simplifying what you have available for your kids, what you have to clean up. This isn't taking away from them, but it's actually helping them, encouraging them to play with the things that they have and to be creative. So don't feel I'm taking things away and they're gonna suffer for that. If you are removing the plus, the extra, the surplus of what's out for them to use, then it actually allows them a better chance to play with what's out, to be creative with the toys they have in front of them, and it is easier for them to make those choices and to play. So it does encourage creativity. It also helps you with cleanup. It helps them to be able to see what's available. Okay, so first thing is, remember, everyone is different. So you can listen to these tips and you can take whatever works for you and apply it however you want within your own house, with your own kids, in your own type of toy rotation. So how often you rotate the toys, where you store the toys, how many toys you have out at one time, that is completely up to you. You may have a toy room, you may just have a small area in the living room where the kids' stuff goes. Those are all up to you and how you want to organize it, and will determine how much you have out, and that's also your personal choice. I recommend having 8 to 10 playthings out at one time for them to choose from. Now, if you have kids of different ages, it gets a little trickier. So I have an 18-month-old and a just turned 3-year-old. Some of the toys they play with are the same. You know, we have a Little People set of barn animals and the barn. They both enjoy playing with that at this age. We have the Mega Blocks. They both enjoy playing with that. We have wooden blocks. They both enjoy playing with that. Musical instruments. But then there's other things that my 18-month-old used to play with. He's kind of growing out of them now. But they were more babyish toys, younger, age appropriate for younger kids, that my 3-year-old, who was 2.5 at the time, had no use for. Okay, so it's up to you how many you want to choose. You have just that many things out at one time, and the rest is stored away so that they can visually see each thing. This comes into whenever you're choosing what kind of shelves you want to have or where you want to store it. I will show you my toy storage later and how I do that, because we do not have a playroom and we don't have toys in the kids' bedroom. And I'll show you that solutions to storing toys in common living room areas or in small houses in another video. So this video, let's get started with toy rotation. So first thing I recommend you do is take out all the toys that you have for the kids, all of them. Pull them all out Marie Kondo style, fill up your whole living room so that you can really get an inventory of everything you have and make a list. All right, so you can even categorize it. You know, we have blocks and stacking things. So we have stacking cups, we have foam blocks, we have wooden blocks, we have mega blocks, we have Legos, all of the things that are kind of in that same category. Put, you know, and then put dolls. Okay, we have a doll stroller, we have 5 baby dolls, we have a doll carrier, and we have doll accessories. So we have the bottle and the pacifier and all these other things that go with the dolls. Food, we have the pots and pans, we have the dishes, we have the Melissa and Doug wood food. So all of those things here, okay? So kind of try and put them together, and then you need to decide how often you want to rotate and how much space you have as far as where they're going to be stored. So right now I have 4 large storage tubs, and they're kept in the kids' bedroom. They're stacked up. We have a big closet in there, so we stack all 4 of them up, and I rotate every Sunday, so once a week. We were doing longer than that, but since we have been in the house with not a lot of outside playtime and play dates because of coronavirus, I have been definitely, by the end of 1 week, we are ready to switch our toys out and the kids are ready to see something new. So we do once a week, and I have 4 tubs. So at any given week, 1 tub is going to be empty because those toys are out in the living room in the toy area. That's all. Whatever fits in that tub is all that's out in the living room area. And the tub is put away. They have little things in the living room where those things live for that week. At the end of the week, we pick it all up and we put it away. More on that later. So all your toys are out, and then decide how you want to categorize it. Do you want all of the doll items to come out at one time? Or do you want to have a baby doll and a blanket in every week? So week 1 has a baby doll and a blanket, week 2 has a baby doll and a stroller, week 3 has a baby doll and the bottle and the blanket and whatever. Or do you just want all the baby dolls together to play with 1 week out of the month? Now, if you're like me, at first you think, but then they'll only have their baby dolls out. What if they want to play with their baby dolls and their baby dolls are all put away for 3 weeks and they only have them out for 1 week? I'm telling you, my daughter, we've been doing this for 11 months, and my daughter has yet to ask for the baby dolls, although she loves them. When they're put away, she's happy with the toys that are out. And the rotation encourages her to be creative and to play in new ways and to play with things she has. So I do try to keep, the way I organize it is, I have one building, stacking thing each week. So they're never without something that can encourage that type of play, and they can grow and learn in that way. So in the first box, I have the Mega Blocks. In the second week, I have the foam blocks. In the third week, I have the small wooden blocks. In the fourth week, I have the stacking cups. So at any given time, they have something that they can build with available to them. And then I have all the baby doll stuff in week 1. I have all the extra grocery stuff. We have a grocery cart and a grocery basket and some extra food. That's in week 2. And then I have, the musical instruments all in week 4. You can choose, well, I'd rather have 1 or 2 musical instruments in each box so that they always have something musical to play with. That's totally up to you. And some people prefer it that way. So you take the number of storage boxes you have, or however you're going to store it, away from the kids' play area, and you lay those out and you start putting in by priority. So which toys are your favorite that you definitely do not want to get rid of? You start organizing by that. So I'm gonna take the blocks, for sure we're not getting rid of those. And I'm gonna put those where I want them in one of the boxes. Then we have a lot of wooden puzzles, like the Melissa and Doug peg puzzles. I actually put 2 of those in each box because my son loves puzzles right now. And so he will do, instead of having 8 or 10 of them all in the same week that he's not gonna be able to, that's gonna be overwhelming for him, we put 2 in each box. Okay, so some things you may wanna distribute and some things you may want to put all together in the same box for the same week. Totally up to you. So make a big master list of everything you have it all laid out so you can see it, and start putting it in each box. As you put it in each box, have a list taped. Mine has got a lot of chicken scratch on it because I was changing stuff. We've done this 10 months, so now I'm removing stuff and moving stuff around as I see what they don't play with a lot and what my son has outgrown. And then also we've got new toys for birthdays and Christmas that we've added in and therefore taken some things out. So have a list with each of the 4 boxes, or how many ever boxes you decide for your rotation, and write it down as you're putting stuff in so that you can see this. It's a lot easier than digging through a box to see what's in it. So have one for each of them. I have them taped on the lid, as you see, and then I can write, as I'm filling up the box, everything that's in the box. So we have 4 tubs right here, and I have them labeled on the outside. So right now we have, so here's week 4, and the label has the list of what I put inside, which is what I'm gonna be changing today. I actually did this on a Google Doc so that I could change it in a year or so, or even 3 months if I wanted to, and reprint new ones. And then I just have a plastic bag taped on so I can conveniently change them. And so inside, it has exactly what toys are in it. This helps when we are switching them. On Sundays we switch them, and then I know, okay, I need to find all of this and make sure all of it gets back in there. The last box is over here, because we just got it out today, and it is a total mess. So usually the day I get the box out, I just set the box here and I let them go at it because they're excited because it's new toys today. Go by priority, okay? So I definitely want these items for sure. I don't want to get rid of. And as you start filling them up, you're going to see, okay, the ones that are still laid out maybe are the ones that kids don't like that much. They don't play with very often. Maybe they're not age appropriate. Here's the other thing is, I just had some little connecting animals and I realized, these are a really cool toy, but the kids don't ever play with it when it's out for that week rotation. Today is Thursday, and I brought these toys out on Sunday. And from Sunday to Thursday, not once have they pulled the connecting toys out to play with them. Now, I'm not going to get rid of them, but I am going to take them out of the rotation because they don't need to be out. And I think I'll try it again another 6 months and see if my daughter's interested in them then. Okay, so it could just be that it's not age appropriate. Maybe. Okay, so start putting in the boxes and fill up the boxes. There, I do have some large items that won't fit, like the Little People barn that stays in the closet, and then it's written on the outside. So it says barn and farm animals. The farm animals are inside the tub. The barn is not, and I pull it off the shelf when I pull that box out for the week. So the Little People barn, the grocery cart, Melissa Doug grocery cart, the baby doll stroller, those are 3 big items. And then I think my daughter has a really big princess dress with like a hoop on the bottom that does not fit in the box either. So those stay in the closet, and then when it is that box's turn to come out, I bring it out into the living room, into the play area. And my daughter just added dress up items. She wasn't really interested in dress up items before, but now she totally is. So that's something I've added into, I think week 3 box has the crown and the rings and the princess stuff, and it has some funny glasses and some extra like dress up, construction hats, things like that. So we have that dress up. Choose a couple. If there's something that you think your kids are going to want to play with all the time that you want to leave out, that's okay. So this is kind of a mess, but all the time we have their kitchen, which I need to straighten up a little bit, with their Melissa and Doug play food in here, and some other random play food that we have, and a milk jug. That is out all the time, as well as their books. So right now our book section is over here, and we keep the books in this little basket. They have most of their books in their bookshelf on their bedroom, but I put out about 5 to 10 books in the basket, and then in the morning sometimes I line them up on the window ledge. That actually helps them. They are way more interested if they see them visually out, lined up on the window ledge. They'll go over and read on their own. So we always have out their little reading area with a selection of books, and we also always have out the kitchen, which is a mess right now, but that's why we're doing this today. Hooray! If you have to downsize your toys and you're not ready to do that, so you go through all this, you set up your 4 bins that you're going to use, and you're putting toys by priority in first and making a list as you're filling it up, then there's some left that don't fit in the boxes, and you're like, what do I do? I don't just want to give these toys away. They have sentimental value, or we may have more kids, or I'm just not ready to part with them. That's okay. Put them in a box and mark it extra toys, or, age 0 to 12 month toys, or, 3+ toys, 3 years plus toys, and put it in storage and revisit it again in 6 months or 12 months and go through your list again, which you're going to need to do because you'll get new toys and there'll be toys you're not interested in. And you can rotate those that you really like in and out as it goes, okay? So you can always revisit it later. Don't feel like you have to be minimalistic and you have to get rid of stuff. It's entirely up to you. But I chose the storage bin size because I know that I'm limited to that. I can always throw more things in when they get a toy for Christmas or their birthday, or randomly somebody gives them something that they're in love with at the time. Something we picked up from the thrift store. I can throw it in whatever week we're on. I can write it on the side, and the next time I reorganize, I can revisit what the priorities are that I want to keep. So everything's in on Saturday night or on Sunday. I take all the toys in the living room. We have to pick up all the toys, and then I bring out the new toys. This is wonderful, and I'll tell you why. All of the wooden puzzles that have pieces, all of the shape things that have shapes, all of the anything that you have that has loose pieces and parts, and I'm sure you have things. We have, the little picnic basket that has all the little foods that go in it and things like that. That day when we're picking up everything to put away the toy rotation box, I am forced to look under the couches to find every piece of everything. So at that point, everything that was out, that came out for that week, everything's gonna be put back, and we look everywhere in all the nooks and crannies. We get all of the blocks, we get everything, anything that's kind of been misplaced throughout the week, it gets all back in its box. It goes away, and I bring out the new box. When I bring out the new box, the first time I take it out, I literally sit it on the floor and I take the lid off and I let them go at it, and they pull everything out, and it's a huge mess. and then we organize it. We put it away in the toy cabinet in the living room. First day though, I just let them have at it. I don't care. It's a huge mess. It's not that huge of a mess though, because it's only one storage bin of toys. There's the key. So every night at cleanup before bedtime, it's not going to feel so overwhelming because it was only one storage bin amount of toys that are out, that are present to the child. So cleanup is way easier. And then we'll go in another video, I'll talk about how to set it up to where the kids can see all of what's available to them, and it is way more appealing, and they go and they can see it, and therefore they can make choices of what they want to play with, which is very Montessori. If you are a Montessori person or if you're interested in that style, I'm not an expert, but this toy rotation has definitely helped me see the value in limiting and intentionally choosing what the kids have available. In summary, decide how many containers you want to use and how much you want out at one time. So for me, it was one large storage container is all that I would like out in our living room area for the kids to play with. And so I have 4 large tubs. I spread all the toys out and I start filling the tubs by priority, and I make a list to put on the outside of the tub so that I can see it easily. Whenever I'm cleaning up too, I can say, oh, wait a minute, we're missing the purse. Where's the purse with the little toys? And I can go find that, make sure everything on the list is cleaned up and put back in the tub. So I have that. Decide when you want to rotate it, which again, doesn't have to be set. If it's Thursday, I normally switch on Saturday night or Sunday. If it's Thursday and my kids are acting bored and I'm losing my patience, I'll say, you know what? Let's go switch our toy box, and we'll pick up everything and we'll get a new box out. It doesn't have to be once a week. It doesn't have to be twice a month. It can be whenever you feel like it. And at any point you can say, let's go switch this toy that you don't play with anymore, and let's go find something else that I have stored in the closet. Totally up to you. So the goal for me for the toy rotation is to limit the number of toys that are in the living room to help with cleanup, to help with my own stress, and to help with the kids being creative and not making huge messes, learning to put things back where they belong. This is another skill that is helpful if there's a smaller amount of things out, everything can have a place, and they can learn to go and put it back where they got it versus like a giant box full of just tons and tons and tons of toys. Those are the positives I see. I really encourage you to give it a try. You can store them however you want. You can choose when you rotate, but the goal is to limit the number that are out. You can choose the number. It doesn't have to be a set number. You can just say, my number of toys that are gonna be out is what fits in this cardboard box. And so I have 4 cardboard boxes. I have 4, cloth bins, whatever, boxes, cubes, whatever you decide, and then make a list so that you can keep up with it. It doesn't have to be typed. I did this so I can easily change it because I knew I would be rotating and pulling things in and out as the kids grow. So good luck to you with this, and I hope you see the benefits. I hope it reduces some stress in your life and actually encourages your kids in their independent playtime and with putting away their toys on their own. So easy peasy toy rotation. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share this video with friends. Anything you want to share with me, comment below if you about your tips and your tricks and your great things about toy rotation. If you've ever tried it, what did you find the most successful? Let me know, and have a great day. Bye everyone.